Another common interview question is, where do you picture yourself in 10 years? And some variations of this would be, what are your career goals? What are your life goals? So they're looking for a goal-oriented student. They're looking for somebody who has that ambition to accomplish things, but they also want to make sure that you have realistic expectations. They don't want you coming in saying that you're going to take over the world. They also don't want you coming in and saying, yeah, 10 years from now, I hope to be playing video games and living in my parents' basement. That's not what they want. So the way you should answer it is, first of all, you need to understand the career path for the major that you're going into. You also need to pick a realistic goal. Pick something that's likely to happen for somebody going into that career path in 10 years. Here's an example for somebody who's interested in pre-med. You might answer this question by saying, 10 years from now, I'd like to be a practicing physician. And by then, I hope to have accomplished a pre-med program in your university. I'd like to have done my medical studies, my internship, my residency, and be establishing a practice. Right now, I'm not sure what the practice is going to be in, but I'm particularly interested in general practice because I like the idea of helping an entire family. So I like the idea of family practice where I can be working with kids, I can be working with adults as their primary physician. That's a very realistic objective. Somebody who's going into pre-med in 10 years could be a practicing physician. What you don't want to say is, hey, I want to be leading the neurosurgery department for the largest medical center in the country. That's not realistic. That's not something someone 10 years out of high school is going to be accomplishing. So here's another example for somebody going into computer science. You might say, hey, in 10 years, I'd like to be the manager of a small coding department. So I like the idea of working in a small company, a very innovative company, a company that's doing new apps that people will absolutely love. So between now and those 10 years, I'd like to complete my education in computer science at this university. I'd like to get a job as a coder so that I can be developing my skills and then working my way up to a manager level so that I could be leading a small team of people developing apps. Again, that's very realistic and it shows some ambition. So what you want to do is when you're answering this question, make sure that you show that you want to be in a leadership role. Universities are looking for leaders. You don't want to be president of the United States. You don't want to be the CEO of a large corporation because those aren't realistic. You do, however, want to be leading projects and potentially managing people. Also, show that you want to be making a contribution. Again, universities like students who have an interest in others and helping others. So in your answer, make sure 10 years from now, you're actually helping people. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be overly ambitious. You don't want to say you're taking over the world. You don't want to be vague either. You don't want to say, oh yeah, 10 years from now, I want to have a job that I like and I want to have a family. A job that you like isn't an answer that provides any direction. It doesn't show that you have a specific area you're interested in going into. So pick something that's specific and pick something that shows that you have some ambition, but not unrealistic expectations.